All right, Chef Will said he just got into some big ones over here.
No, I'm just not making sure I'm not stepping on them.
Yep. Nice. That's a good looking one. Good morning, y'all. Beautiful day here in Bozeman, Montana, and we're going to go morel mushroom foraging. I'm meeting up with my buddy Chef Will. He just found, I think, 7 pounds of morels yesterday in the spot close to where we're going. So that's a lot. It's a lot of morel mushrooms. Awesome, tasty mushrooms. Some of the best out there. I mean, in some states, restaurants will pay $60 a pound for some of these mushrooms. And there are people who do it commercially. They go out and they try to gather as many as they can every year and sell them to restaurants. Actually, out here in Montana, we have a lot of these commercial pickers that will come and try to hit up the burn morels once a big burn comes through, because those burn morels will really start popping after burns and then a few years after that. And, they can just make out like bandits. I mean, the burn morels, I've seen people just pick gallons of morels in a few days. My buddy Hayden, I think he got like several 5-gallon buckets full. So it's pretty special that way. Kind of cool that you can do that with those mushrooms. Now, the morels we're going after today are more of the river bottom morels. We find them here closer in the valleys, not so much up on the mountains like the burn morels. They're more comparable to the ones you'll find in the Midwest and other states in the United States. So they're what I like to call the blondies. They big yellows. They get very big. Sometimes it's could be, if you get really lucky, you can sometimes get some that will be as big as like your hat. Which is kind of cool. Like they'll literally fit in a hat and take up all the space, like a baseball cap. And the other one instead, we've been finding a lot of the grays, which are honestly my favorite eating wise, and just they're beautiful. They look really cool. They usually have a very gray cap, gray top, and then a very white creamish colored stem. And if you get some good grays, like prime specimens, without much dirt on them or before they start to dry out or get a bit rotten, man, they're just an awesome sight in the wild. Definitely something everyone should see, I think. So yeah, hopefully we get a lot of yellows and grays. When I lived in Wisconsin, we would find a lot of those around elm trees and ash, and I know some people find them around tulip poplars too. Because the morels could be mycorrhizal, meaning that they have symbiotic associations, or what's the right word here? Relationships with the tree. And then once the tree starts to die, that's when the fungi that the morel mycelium, which is actually, you don't see it underground, that's when it starts to shoot up those mushrooms, which are actually like the sex organs of the fungi. And that's what you're picking at the end. So, and like I said, in the Midwest, dying elms is usually what we would target. Out here in Montana, more in the western states, those yellows and grays and whatnot, they like to be around cottonwood trees. We don't have very many deciduous trees here at all. So cottonwoods and what's the other one? Oh, not birch, aspen. Cottonwoods and aspen are kind of what we have here in the river bottoms, and around the cottonwoods is usually where I will see them. Now, the other day we did go out and we found morels in a spot that I had never seen them in. They were kind of close to water, which is another important thing to look for. Try to get toward water. And there were some cottonwood trees, but they were mostly in grass with willows. So here in Montana, we do have willows too. They're interesting little brush trees. They don't usually get huge. And yeah, it was just a very dense, willowy, brushy, grassy spot with little grassy meadows. And they were just growing in that spot, and I'd never seen that. I'd always kind of looked around trees and whatnot, so that was very cool. But they can also be set, and I might butcher this. I think it's saprophytic, saprophobic. No, saprophytic. I think. I'm blanking on the exact scientific name, but it's similar to mycorrhizal in that, you know, some mushrooms are mycorrhizal, like I mentioned. They have associations with trees, relationships with trees and plants, all that. But then the others, the saprophytic ones, they will just decompose anything. So that could be a dead log, that could be, you know, the ground. Like they could literally just be in a meadow. And that's kind of where those morels the other day were. They were just like in the grass, some around these denser willow covers, and some in the little meadows. And it was just very, very interesting. It's always cool to just go out there and gather as much, you know, knowledge as you can. And it's never, you know, there are some rules in foraging and hunting and fishing and all that. But at the end of the day, nature is just unique. Nature is special. Nature does what it does, and you know, there are some laws to follow, but you're just gonna have to get out there and see as much as you can, gain as much experience as you can, and kind of then, you know, build your, how should I say it? What's the right way to say it? Is build your own patterns, you know, your own thought patterns in terms of where you're going to find some mushrooms, for example. That's very poorly said, but hopefully you know what I'm trying to say here. So don't just rely on, you know, one video or a few books or what some people say. Really go out there and try to gain your own experience, see where could these mushrooms be grown, and don't limit yourself, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. Don't limit yourself to just what some people say, because you might find a mushroom in a spot that's, you know, very uncommon, and it might be the motherlode, right? It might be the 10 pounds of morel mushrooms, which you can then take home and eat a few and dehydrate, even eat throughout the year, give some to your friends, and that's a beautiful thing right there. It's very self-empower, or very empowering when you start building those kind of skills. So yeah, pumped to see what the day has to bring here. Hopefully we get to a lot of morels. Chef Will did say I should bring waders, chest waders. So I did. I brought my duck hunting waders. And we'll see if, you know, I know we're going towards some rivers, so we'll see if we're going to have to wade much. Hopefully I don't have to get too hard into the water. Not because I don't want to, mostly just because I hurt my back a few weeks ago and still kind of recovering from that. So I don't want to go so hard that I can't forage the rest of the spring now. It's always a worry of mine right now. So I'm trying to take it semi-slow. But we'll see. I mean, you know, once the mushroom fever catches you, it's kind of hard to say no. So high hopes that this will be a productive day, or bountiful day, I should say. So we're going to jump here, jump cut, and yeah, thanks for coming along for the ride. So as soon as I got there, we had to cross the river in our waders, and then we got to some prime morel hunting habitat here in the river bottoms of Montana. You got one? Oh, nice. No way. Here, I got a knife.
But you see this, how this is growing, like you said, and you see the little cotton. Yeah, it's a little cotton.
Yeah, I think it is. Thanks. There's got to be another one close by.
So there's gonna be more close by. And I say, look into your feet. Don't move.
Don't move. Get low. A gray or a yellow? A little yellow?
Gray.
A gray?
There's another one. So they're really small right here. Another one.
Yeah, okay. It's interesting in this stuff too, because last year we were talking about them not really being.
My feeling is in a spot like this, there must have been an old cottonwood here.
At some point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, they could be within a... I mean, some people say like a 30-yard radius is where you find them. We should check this
There's
here.
a lot of truth to that.
Here's one.
It might not be a bunch, but you never know.
This one's a bit older. That one, God, that's so hard to see.
Oh my God, it's almost like that one got stepped on.
There we go. First one of the day for me. Yeah, that is a good tip. Just every few steps, look behind you. I like that. Was it more overcast yesterday?
No, it was sunny.
Sunny? Yeah. I do like it more, like you said, when it's overcast. Just makes those mushrooms pop a bit more to the eye.
We might want to loop around here and double back closer to the river.
Like, you mean just
Like the majority of the ones I found yesterday on that other chunk behind us was right next to the river.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it gets flooded here, but probably not this year yet. Such a beautiful area out here. I love walking along the river, especially in the spring. So we're hoping that maybe closer to the river, there'll be a few more, just because of more water and humidity. But with this high grass here, it's very tough. Were most of the ones you found yesterday?
I found a few, and I found a few right in here.
Really?
All the golden ones I found over here.
Were they pretty big yesterday already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looked like it from your pictures. Man, and this thick stuff, huh?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you would find one and then start looking around that one, and they would be everywhere. The other place has a little bit different brush. It's like the other stuff we were in.
Yeah.
Really thick, but they were in there. One of two things. Get our waders and go over there, which I think is the better idea, because I already went over here, but we can go where I found all those yesterday too and probably thin comb it.
I mean, either one will be good for me. You think you picked that spot decently yesterday, maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. And I didn't even go to that other side. Our waders are right here.
Let's do it. So we've been looking for probably like 45 minutes now. Only found a few today so far. But we're going to make our way across the river with our waders to get to another spot. See if that's any better. Thank you, sir.
Good moose territory in here. It's all wet.
Maybe you can test the waters for me. I think otherwise might be a better spot. Don't go under now. Okay, that's looking pretty safe. I'm gonna cross. What are you thinking so far? It looks more open.
It's a little more open, but there's a lot of shade.
That is true. Wait, you like the shade later in the season?
Yeah. I think those mushrooms come later.
I mean, makes sense. Sometimes I feel like you're also good in the beginning because of more moisture. But I guess after the winter, there should be plenty of moisture around.
Yeah, consistent rain is really important. Oh, there goes the moose.
You found some?
The moose.
Oh, the moose.
It took off.
So have you found any new ways of cooking them?
I think it's, you know, it's funny, the Midwesterners, they all bread and deep fry them in butter.
Yeah, which we don't, I mean, I want it to be healthy, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of not on my chart. I like, I like to just saute them in butter.
Yeah, I mean, simple is usually the best.
Chives, something that's a little bit mild. Then toss some chives in them when they're all done.
I could see that being very good. Or some ramps. If you're in the Midwest and other parts of the U.S.
Ramps and morels is probably one of the best things going.
I mean, they're just made for each other. So head to the spot you were yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Didn't find a single one here. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Me too.
Just how it goes.
There's no way you can get them all.
No.
And the one you walked by yesterday could have been blocked by shade.
Right. Depending on time of day. All right, Chef Will said he just got into some big ones over here.
No, I'm just not making sure I'm not stepping on them.
Yep. Yeah, nice. Oh, wow, yeah.
See, look at that, big blondes. There's 3 of them there. There's 1 here.
Gotta walk very careful now.
I find a lot of people cut them way too short. A lot of the ones that I found the guy and or a woman or someone else cutting them before were cutting them up here. There's nothing wrong with the stem of the morel.
No, they're great. It's like you're leaving a quarter of the mushroom behind.
And I don't really know the facts behind pulling them out of the ground or not. I don't think it matters.
Well,
I never do because I don't want the dirt in my stuff.
Yeah. I know there's mixed opinions, but there's a study I need to read up on again where they found that there was no difference. They did like a multi-year study on mushrooms like that. Let's see. Oh, here's one.
There you go. See? This is how it was yesterday. You get in one little spot and they are everywhere. My guess is that there was all cottonwoods here or something. I don't know why they're... I mean, found a few by the bases of the trees. Look, here's a cut one right here.
Yeah.
A stump, yep.
Found one and left the others, huh?
Not mine. I don't think the person in here was a seasoned forager. Look at this one right here.
Big one?
Watch where you step.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good looking one. You like to clean yours right away?
I just kind of clean them out. If I see something on them.
I
got home yesterday and dumped all those, and there was tons of little creatures in there.
Just a lot less work afterwards, you know?
Yeah, see, get a little stick and poke through this shit because my guess is there's more in here somewhere.
And right by the river.
Yeah, and I see how hard that hits this bank here. I think this bank has something to do with it. I think this bank is more saturated, maybe.
Yeah, that would make sense.
There's a bunch in here too. They're everywhere.
Got some more?
Yeah.
Nice. Good one.
Look over in here. There's another one back in here.
Careful. Yeah, right by the water. I love it. Oh yeah, that's a nice little cluster. Good job, man.
And every time when I'm down low like this, I just do 360s.
Yeah. We just had some over here.
I'm getting more in here.
Let's go. Yeah, I think you're right about the dead cottonwood cluster, though. There's one.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire.
Bing bow. Where was that other one I just saw right here?
I did that a lot yesterday.
It's like, where are they? Yeah, man, these are like impossible to see if you're just like not paying attention.
Right?
Makes sense why people miss them.
See, we're not even at where I was. We're 20 yards away.
Here are a few more.
Yeah, right?
Little ones. Now we're getting into them. Yep.
Just moving stuff in the same place, right?
Yep. Just moving it around with a stick.
That's fucking awesome, right?
It is awesome. Gotta get yourself a lucky foraging stick. You said you found a bunch of older ones?
I found a few older ones. Not that old, but not as fresh as the other ones I found. That's why I think there's 2 flushes in here.
Yeah. There's another spot where I would have not looked as hard, you know? Where was that one I just saw? Right there, it's a small one. But might as well grab him.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Another Morelski. Yeah, the oysters, they'll get wormy real quick. Oh, here's a Morel.
Nice.
Doink. Oh. No, I lost it. Dang it. Hang on. Oh, here it is. There's 2. We'll take him. So one thing we've been doing is taking the oysters, cutting them into like little strips, like French fry size.
Uh-huh.
And then lots of avocado oil and butter.
Ooh.
Put some like good seasoning on there. Little paprika. And overcook them, you know?
Yeah.
Like get them real crispy and then take them out. Let them sit there for a bit on some paper towel.
Yeah.
And then basically sprinkle some more salt on there. And it's literally like French fries.
Oh, really?
It's like, yeah, it's like the perfect low carb French fry.
Huh.
It's super tasty. That's the only way I do them now. And some people would be like, well, you're overcooking them, but I mean, I like that.
Yeah, well, you're also going for a chip, which means you want to get all the water out of them.
Right. Here's some.
Find some?
Oysters, I think.
I normally don't find the oysters unless I bump into them because I'm always looking.
Yeah, here's a little cluster, though.
That's good.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. We'll take those.
Oh, yeah, those are what I like when they're small like that.
Nice. Clean those up quick.
I knew I was getting close.
Speaking of the devil.
Stump zone.
Really?
Yeah, but every time I found stumps yesterday, I just looked a little deeper and I'd find mushrooms.
Right.
But where we just found all those, I didn't go through. But even the spots I went through, fuck, I don't know. I didn't go through over there either.
There's a big dead cottonwood right there. That one might have some. What?
So there's no rhyme or reason why these are here. Other than I'm guessing there was old cottonwood here.
Yeah. I mean, you can see where the beaver kind of took it, but...
I'm stuck in a morel patch.
Here we got one.
Same place.
Same place, still picking.
You got that spot.
It's like I'm getting anxiety now for stepping on them. So dehydrating mushrooms, what's kind of your... Have you found any good ways to do it?
I just put them in the sun. I don't even have a dehydrator, but those new ovens I have at my shop, that's probably what I would use.
Really?
If I had a whole bunch.
Just like at a very low heat, or?
Yeah. It has a dehydrating thing on it.
If you keep them in the sun, when do you know that they're ready?
Oh, until they can break in half, basically.
Yeah, until they're very brittle.
And they are hiding in here. She wouldn't find them all, but it was a game for her, not really work.
It's just so wild that you got a dog to do that. I'm really trying to...
There are a lot of people that have dogs trained to find morels, actually.
Well, I saw that, and then also chanterelles. But like, yeah, where do you even start to train them? Lots of treats.
Lots of treats. And I think smaller dogs would be good for it too, that are more treat driven.
Or, I mean, wasn't your first dog a lab?
Yeah, no, she was a red lab, yeah.
Yeah, labs are, I feel like, the most treat driven.
On them. Holy shit, look at the size of this one. Right back to where we were when we first found him.
Yeah. Walked right past him.
A little older than that one. Look at that thing.
Whoa. It's a nice one.
I smell the mint. It must be cutting mint too.
Some big ones. Next to some sort of lilies or no? That
Iris.
Iris.
I think it's called a water iris.
Yeah. Those are prime.
Yeah, these are all pretty fresh, aren't they?
These here?
Huh? That's a cottonwood. That's a tree that was used to be here. That's why we find all these mushrooms here, and that's a sapling from it.
Right. Yeah, that's a good tip to look for those. So we got into some thicker stuff now. Still a lot of dead cottonwoods, and we've been finding a few. There's actually one right in there. Let me get that one. Cannot get enough of these mushrooms. Nice. That was a good day. Very good day.
I wish that other side when we crossed would have been better. I don't really know what we're gonna have there.
Wow. So with yesterday, how many pounds do you think you got?
This is probably a little over, probably around 2 pounds maybe.
Yeah. And yesterday like 7, so probably 10 pounds in 2 days.
Yeah, 10 pounds in 2 days, which is really good, especially in a spot that I've never been before.
Got to be a master for doing that.
You got to
That's
get
awesome.
down low when you start. If you find more than 2 or 3 in one spot, you better start looking really close.
We got some nettles in there. Morels, some oysters. The oysters I'm pretty happy about. They're going to be tasty.
These are old, man.
Old?
Not old, but older. That's a nice one. That's pretty much.
So what are you looking for usually?
Color.
Color
And the feel of them, the firmness.
Yeah, like that one's, I mean, that one's pretty obvious.
And they're all kind of crumbling now because it got pretty cold last night.
You think that's why?
I think so. I think they get wet and brittle too. But I think these are like perfect to leave out. Put a little dry on them first.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. I usually just put them in a bag and straight into the fridge.
Yeah.
So what about morel hunting gets you the most excited?
I think how elusive they are, and it really is, you got to hunt for them. You got to move some sticks and leaves. So I think it's like the feel, how it feels just so much like a hunt.
Right. And obviously you as a chef.
And the food value is pretty awesome on them too.
What are your top 3 mushrooms? Wild ones.
Morel's definitely up there. I love black trumpets. Yeah, I love hen of the woods.
Yes, I was waiting for that one.
If you can find them.
Not out here. There's one little sliver in Montana where supposedly there are oak trees, and I think we should do a road trip in October.
Are there really oak trees?
Yeah. I mean, but you go out Midwest, Iowa and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I think Indiana, Iowa, and they're later mushrooms. So it's normally pretty hot and buggy.
Yeah.
Which is not always fun.
But most hen of the woods I've found have been just awesome. You can eat like so much.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find one and it's like 13 pounds.
That's what I found yesterday, a couple like that.
Those perfect. Yeah. Sweet. Well, good day, man.
That was awesome.
Heck yeah. Thanks for showing me the spot.
Now we gotta cook them.
Now we gotta cook them. So just butter, huh?
Yeah, I like butter, and I like to throw the chives in at the end. Maybe a little sherry and cream, chives, make a little sauce for pasta.
Do you ever do them with one of your specialty vinegars?
Yeah, I think I've done it before with my chive flower vinegar with chives. It's really good, gives them kind of an oniony flavor.
Yeah.
I also really enjoy the lemon vinegar with the
morels.
Mm-hmm.
That might be really good. We just opened your red wine one for the first time, and
The
that
red
one
wine one
so
is really good.
with meat, like over some steak.
The red wine one is probably one of my favorites.
If people want to get some of those, where can they get those?
You got to go online or send me a text or send me an email, even better, from my website, because our flavors are changing constantly, but we'll have them posted up there soon.
What's the website?
It's willymos.com.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, MOS.
Check it out. I'll put it in the description so people can check more of your stuff out. And if they go to the Bozeman Farmers Market, are you going to be there again?
I'll be there sporadically this year. We're just going to do a few of the markets. We didn't sign up for the full run because we're just getting busy with the kitchen and everything.
Yeah. Awesome.
That was really fun, Poldi.
Yeah, great day.